What's going on, everyone? Today's Tuesday, the 28th. It is my first day trading back after this break. Honestly, not really upset with the outcome. Kind of expected this, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little high-headed coming into today. But let's just real quick go into what trade I ended up taking and what ended up happening. As you can see, it's a very, very quick trade. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and delete everything and we can go through it one by one. Obviously, coming into the day, we are very bearish. Overnight was just a sell-off. We've been rejecting the NWOG and we have rejected these daily gaps up at these highs. So I'm not expecting any sort of longs today. ES also has this very clean low resistance leading up into previous day's low. So again, I'm not expecting any sort of long. And immediately off market open, we start to just sell off and we get a pretty decent little 3-minute entry right here. We get a nice 3-minute gap and then we get a nice 1-minute order block right here. So not bad whatsoever. It's just a little interesting on where you would take profit here. On one hand, you could argue that ES has to run these lows. On the other hand, you could argue that NQ runs the lows and ES no longer has to. So that is why I didn't take this. Just kind of issues on where you would take profit. I need to see what the market wants to do. And I just decided not to take that. Later on, what do we end up getting? We get to see a nice 5-minute gap form. So we have some sort of point of interest now, being this 5-minute, right? We want to see, obviously we want to see price react out of this 5-minute, and we get a nice strong rejection below, from that 5-minute. And we get a nice inversion right here is when we get our inverse. ES has finally ran its low resistance, but it is making equal lows with previous day low. I'm expecting this to get ran out on ES. And honestly, TP was pretty much anywhere on NQ. I was just gonna trail my stop till I got stopped out. But yeah, this would be the right trade right here if you wanted to risk 108 points. But obviously I wasn't keen on doing that, so I wanted to see a little more before I do something like that. Waiting. 10 a.m. opens and just absolutely goes higher. And at this point, I'm thinking we could long after we get an SMT with New York AM low. So I'm not really too sure what we want to do. But when you look at every higher time frame, we are still bearish. So I was still looking for some sort of short. We also get this 15-minute gap that opens up that we just absolutely edge, and ES creates equal highs with. Now these equal highs, I want to note for later, because I should have taken these into account for my short. We get this beautiful rejection right here. Ideally, I would have liked to have taken a short somewhere here with the stop at this high, and then I would just TP wherever and just continue to hold this. I didn't really take this again because we edged the 15-minute. I wanted to see more confirmation on what we were gonna do. We still had the SMT at the low. We finally break these lows and we get some nice closure below these lows. We are continuously closing below these lows, and we get a 5-minute gap to open up right here. Now from this 5-minute gap, what am I expecting? Well, obviously I'm expecting us to go lower, especially because 10 a.m. lines up with the CE of that gap, right? I want to see this go lower. So I'm waiting on price to re-enter this gap. I'm looking at this as a accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution back for lower. That was the thought process behind this short. And we manipulate into 10 a.m. We get a nice closure below. We had a 30-second inversion right here, somewhere right there. And that's where I set my limit. I had my stop at this high, and TP was just gonna be like 250 points as a flat take profit. But honestly, I was just gonna trail my stop to wherever it needed to go. And we get tagged in and we get tagged out super fast. Not the best of trades. When we look at the downsides on this trade, what do we see? We obviously see that we have SMTs at the lows, and ES has equal highs resting above that also line up with its 15-minute gap. So very strong. We had a very obvious DOL, in my opinion. ES makes these equal lows. Now, obviously, NQ sweeps out previous day low, but we still nuke below it. And we also nuke below that London low. So this trade was either going to be very quick and I would be right, or it would be very quick and I would be wrong. And I knew that. So obviously I expected either very, very fast distribution, or I expected to be, tagged out and that I would be wrong. And we ended up getting tagged out, and NQ just heads towards these relative equals, and ES heads towards its equal highs, and we just end up getting stopped out. Now, right here, would I go short again? Honestly, dude, I would 100% short this somewhere like here. I would take this short all the way back to the AM low. I really, really don't think that we are going to go higher, especially because ES just swept out New York AM high. I really don't see this going higher whatsoever. But yeah, it is unfortunate that that's how it happened. It's unfortunate that that's what ended up playing out, but it is what it is, and we'll take this on the chin, and hopefully tomorrow will be something better. Honestly, these equal highs should have strayed me away. This relative equal high should have strayed me away, but it is what it is. Every trade has its pros and cons, and that's just the risk that you accept when you enter a position. It's just the risk that you accept when you enter a trade. You understand that there's reasons that this could go wrong, there's reasons that this could go well, and it is what it is. There's really nothing I can do about it. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be something better than this, but we'll see.